we know that we're overeating when we look at like servings and stuff, and we look at servings from like years ago. We could see the correlation between how big servings got and how fast obesity started to grow.
Yeah.
You know?
I was talking to my mom the other day, and she told me something interesting about my grandfather, and that they used to have their biggest meal at lunch. Like midday was their biggest meal. And then the nighttime, what we have dinner now, was just a small little snack,
yeah.
if anything.
Yeah.
And that was still early, 5, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because I try not to eat after like 6 o'clock. Done. Boom. I'm done. I'm not eating late, right?
Yeah.
And that's, for me, has improved my life. And I found that interesting to know that, you know, whatever, 80 years ago, that's how he was eating. You know what I mean? He was eating, you know, and that transition from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Their biggest meal was midday.
Midday.
And then this dinner thing came in, and all of a sudden dinner was the biggest meal of the day, right? For a lot of people, right? That American dream, that American dinner that we have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's mashed potatoes and gravy.
I've never even asked like my
know?
grandmother or anything like how that was. They would tell me like what they would eat, but I've never thought to ask them like what the portion sizes were.
Yeah. And when and the times were
but
different.
we know, like, again, when we look at other stuff, like we know, like, nobody wasn't getting no pizza for themselves back in the day.
No.
Now, like, I can't eat a pizza. Like, a pizza slice isn't doing shit for me.
I throw a whole frozen pizza.
Right? Yeah. Like, it's just not.
Kids, you ain't getting none.
But we know that we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. But, like, it's now, our hormones and everything are just so used to, like, us consuming a certain amount, and you know that response of like, okay, you're full comes a lot later.
Yeah.
So the other thing is too, another part of obesity is because of how fast we eat, because our lives are so go.
Yeah.
That we can consume so much more by like just like stuffing our face really quickly.
Yeah.
By the time you're done, it takes you a second, and then you're like, oh shit, like I am full. I don't know how many times you've done that.
I actually don't get like that anymore.
Okay, but like back in the day, have you ever just ate and you're just like, you're eating, and then all of a sudden, it's not a gradual like, oh, I'm getting full. It's just like, boom, I am full.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's probably like, maybe, you know what, maybe that's like Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I'd like to think that that's just, again, our hormones catching up to us. It's because if we were actually getting full, then we would feel it, is what I'm thinking. We'd feel us getting full. But it's not like that. We're eating and then you just hit a wall, and like in 2-3 bites you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. And you sit back in your chair and you're like, it's gonna take me a while to get up. Yeah.
For me now with IF, I'm trying to get to that point. Like, so for dinner last night I had rice and steak and vegetables, and then I had a big ass bowl of spaghetti. Yeah. And I was like, man, I still need more food.
Rice, steak, and vegetables, and spaghetti.
Yeah. And I was like, I still need more food. And I'm like, yo, let me grab some fruit. Let me grab granola bars. And I still wasn't like, I didn't have that feeling of like,
outrageous.
Because the bloat's gone.
Tapeworm or something, man.
No, the bloat's gone.
Yeah.
There's no bloat. There's zero bloat anymore. There's no like,
okay, have you done a cleanse before? Because I'm thinking about doing one of those. No. And
I mean, I've had Senna.
What the hell's that?
Senna's like
a tea.
Yeah, and I think it's like a root or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. Don't quote me, but it's something like West Indian, and like you have it to like wash your system out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to do one just to experience it. Like I've read, 2 different things. And I'm not doing it for weight loss because I know that that's bullshit. If you're listening to this, don't do a weight loss to try and lose weight. Like, it's bullshit. It's not.
I think we have a clip like that coming out soon. Yeah.
It is not a thing.
No.
It's not a thing.
No.
I want to do it to see if I can get rid of like some residual stuff sitting in there. And some people will say, well, your liver, and your gut and intestines do all of that for you. I'm gonna try it out and see how I feel. I feel like I can give an honest opinion because I'm indifferent about it. Yeah. If anything, I'm always more of like a little bit more reluctant to believe in anything. I'm always just like questioning shit.
Well, it always feels good to have like a really nice shit.
shit.
Right?
Right.
Like it always
Right.
feels good. It's,
Right.
"Oh, I'm fresh. I'm
Yeah.
good." You see what I'm
So
saying?
I
But,
wanna
like,
do
this
that.
kind of stuff I've had before.
Is it like a
from my
laxative and
parents.
you're just like shitting your brains
It's
out?
almost something like that.
See,
yeah.
I don't even know if I want
It's
to do
almost
that,
something like that
right
and,
now.
and just like
'Cause-
get all out.
Yo, I remember those days of having laxatives.
Yeah.
And you're just like, it's draining. You're just, you be on the toilet, you're just like, oh my God, it's still coming out. You get up, you wipe your butt, and you turn around, you're like, fuck. I gotta go back in there. I gotta go back in there. I gotta go back in there. And it's just like snot coming out of your butt at one point.
Yeah.
So gross.
Yeah. No, with IF, bro,
So gross.
it's just one nice.
And that's
You're
it.
done. As long as you have some greens in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Especially when I have my green smoothie every day.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's perfect, bro.
I'm a
perfect.
regular goer, man.
It's perfect.
I'm a regular,
That's what I don't miss about
regular
protein
bowel
shakes and eating
movements
like
for
trash.
me type of guy.
I remember
Regular
there was a
bowel-
point where I was going to the washroom like 3 times a day. I'm like, nah.
Well, that's like minimum.
yeah. I'm like this.
I'm more like a 4 or 5
Yeah.
time a day type of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I switched that up. I didn't mean it. I'm glad that it's over,
Yeah.
bro.
So yeah, for me, I think that tells me too. I'm overeating.
Yeah.
And there's
That's the way I took it. Too.
Yeah, I'm overeating and I'm not eating the best quality foods
It's getting rid of the
because
trash. Yeah.
it's getting if it has to get rid of so much of that, then
the waste.
it's not taking very much from it.
Yeah, that's
Right?
that's what I put in my mind.
That's
and
just
why I
how I'm
switched up.
thinking about it logically. Again,
Yeah.
I'm not a scientist. I could be completely wrong,
Yeah,
but from a logical standpoint, that's what would make sense. If I'm putting something in and my body's taking out what it needs, and I look at my shit, not to be like disgusting, and there's so much of it, then I'm like, oh well, then what did my body take from the food that I put in? Not
Fact.
much.
fact. Now I have a really weird question, bro,
Do it.
and I've never asked this to anybody.